get everybody caught up. So here we go again. I'm all caught up. I'm here in the newsroom. Megan from the Wellness Umbrella, live coming at you from Jess FM. It's now 10 o'clock, and I'm really excited to be back in the newsroom. I took a vacation, a little holiday, and it was absolutely wonderful. So I feel refreshed. I've got so many new things to tell you guys, so many new ideas to bring to the table, and I'm really excited for what 2019 is about to bring to myself and my little world. So this is like the weirdest, am I right? Because it's like you're still able to eat all the turkey food in the world, and you can still kind of finish off your chocolate and your candy from like last year, but you know deep down in your heart that you gotta like start getting ready for real life. So this is like a really, really weird week, and some people super struggle getting back into the swing of it. It's almost like we need a holiday from a holiday to get back into the real world, right? It's so interesting. I survived my holiday, and I know it's kind of weird to say like survived holiday, survived Christmas, but I did. It was like I was home. I had my kid home with me all week, okay, and it was great for the most part. But it was also really crappy for the most part because for some of the parts because he is a lot. I love him, but he's a lot. But I survived, and I was able to go away, and I'm now back, and my kid went back to school, and I had a happy dance. like for all the parents out there, I think you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. The happy dance of woo. I'm not in charge of my kid all day long right now, and it's lovely. So I've got a couple of topics here for you today to go off of how I survived the holidays. My topic is how I survived the holidays with a toddler. And then the second topic I have, which I actually might talk first about, is why I hate New Year's resolutions. I hate them. So, you know what, guys, let's jump into that one first because, this is a good one. I like this topic. So if you're just tuning in right now, guys, I'm Megan. I'm come from the Wellness Umbrella. I'm live here every Thursday at 10 a.m. on Jess FM, and I talk about everything wellness and everything in between. It's a little spin-off of my own business, and I absolutely love it. So right now we're going to be talking about New Year's resolutions and why I hate them, and I think there is a new way to do New Year's resolution. So if this makes anybody upset, I'm super sorry, but just message me. Let's have a conversation about it, all right? Like, get me to love New Year's resolutions. So the reason why I hate New Year's resolutions is because nobody actually stays with them for the whole entire year. We're all humans. We all mess up. We all kind of, get into something and then not get into something. It's a bandwagon and then we drop the bandwagon. So they say 80% of people fail the New Year's resolutions by March. That's intense. So while everybody's like going gung-ho on posting exactly what they're going to do, exactly how they feel and how everything's going to happen, guarantee that they're probably going to fall off this New Year's wagon by March. And this is why I hate New Year's resolutions, because I am still waiting for the day somebody posts on December 31st, I made it through 165 days without messing up. Okay, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that one person to do it. And we can't do it. No one does it because we're humans and we mess up. We get something happens in our life, whether it's like emotionally or physically, mentally, maybe you moved or got an injury, whatever. There's all these things that happen in your life that like gets you falling off the bandwagon. And in the day that we live in, like the society that we live on, there's always a new bandwagon to jump on. Right now, there's this bandwagon of health and fitness, and guarantee that bandwagon eventually it's going to just kind of trickle down, and half the people aren't going to do it anymore, right? So everybody's like, I'm going to be fitter. I'm going to work out more. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's just like, yeah, but are you actually going to do this? Or are you just saying that's because it's the whole new year, new me thing? Like, which one is it? You know, like I saw you post this last year, Jace. I saw you post this last year, JC. You still haven't done it. You know, so I'm like waiting for that one person to be like, December 31st, I made it a whole 365 days without messing up. So I think it's a good idea for to do New Year's resolution. So all the everyone that's out there that's like, I love New Year's resolution. It totally helps me. Good, great. If it helps you, then keep going with it. But for everyone who like makes New Year's resolutions and then like a weekend they're like whatever. I feel like there's a better way to do this than just saying I am going to do this. So I always feel like the first 2 weeks of January are kind of just your muck around weeks. They're kind of just you're walking into days, you're trying to figure things out, you're trying to get back on track on like your work schedule. Maybe you took 17 naps before you went to work. Like you're just trying to figure it out. So I feel like starting your New Year's resolution at January the 2nd is totally bogus and it's totally not going to work for you. Like you've already set yourself up to fail. If you're not that person, amazing. But seriously, guys, you're setting yourself up to fail. Who works out January 2nd? Who? No one. Okay. We're still like the majority of us are still getting over our hangover. Like we're still trying to understand what the grocery store means and why we can't start drinking rum at 8 o'clock in the morning. Like most people are still trying to get over that. So do not start your New Year's resolutions on the 2nd. Okay. Then you have the 3rd. And then the 3rd, you might be feeling a little bit better. You understand that you can't start drinking rum at 8 o'clock in the morning. You understand what a grocery store is. And you might even actually go to the produce aisle, the fruit aisle, and you might actually go pick up an apple instead of a bunch of candy. Okay. So that is like the place to start I think is the January 3rd. I'm just trying to understand the difference between candy and an apple and rum and water. Like super simple. Okay. And then I think that like the next few days after that, you just kind of keep going with it. You know, you just pick up a little bit more health foods. You pick up just a little more water. You get rid of the alcohol bottles in your house and then you start replacing those alcohol bottles with fruit and vegetables, and then by the time you're into your 2nd week your body is like a little bit more adjusted, maybe it's fully adjusted, you feel bright and chipper and you feel like you are ready to take on the rest of January. And so I've been kind of going at this concept for the last like few years where I just kind of ease into the new year and just let life come to me, because life happens. You can have this dead set plan, this dead set idea of what you're going to do, and then life happens. Like my kid getting sick totally throws off my whole entire day. I can't go to work, or I have to find this, or I have to find that. So the thing that I planned, I may not be able to do anymore. And those are all just things that you have to kind of consider, is that like life totally happens. So I feel like the first 2 weeks is really just training in habit for a new habit for a new habit, and easing your way in. Just like today, I'm going to wake up before noon. That's a beautiful way to start. If you have till 1 in the morning on holidays, or 1 in the afternoon, sorry, till holidays, waking up at 7:30 in the morning is not going to happen. Don't set yourself up for failure, guys. Ease into it, okay? Like yesterday, I took a nap before I went to work because I was not used to having my kid with me full time and, doing life. It was like I took him to school, I did my stuff, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it's 12 o'clock. I'm going to have a nap before I go to work. By the time I finished work, I was like, I'm going to bed. Like, I am so done. I had a couple more things to do, but like, I was done. So I I do like to write intentions down. And so at the beginning kind of the year when I'm doing my yoga, I did write a few intentions, some ideas of, just scribbled, just took my words out and scribbled it on a page. And then I stopped because I literally I got maybe 10 lines in, 10 anymore. I don't know what I want right now. And it is totally okay to not know what you want. And this is why I hate New Year's resolutions, because it's a demand to make you feel like you have to know what you want exactly at this time of day, and it's like some people just don't feel like that, so they feel this push to do it because everybody's doing it on Instagram, everybody's doing it on Facebook. You walk around and everything, there's YouTube commercials now about New Year's resolutions, so they just make up these bogus New Year's resolutions and set themselves up for failure. And if that's you, please stop doing that to yourself. If that's you, it's totally okay to ease into the new year at your own pace, in your own way, and let life come to you of what you need. You don't need to know exactly what you need right now. Just mind blown for a lot of people. You don't need to know exactly what to do at this moment. You are allowed to ease into your life. I don't know what I want out of this year fully. I know that I have this quote in my mind and I am working towards it, but I don't fully know what I want. It may be right after I'm done this show. It may be March. It could hit me in November. But it doesn't matter, because as long as I'm trying to do just one thing better than I was doing yesterday, I am on the right track to success. And that is what we want in life. We want to succeed. So why set yourself up for failure by putting so much crap on your plate that you probably already know that you don't do? I hate them. That's my rant or my chit chat about that. And if that hits you on some kind of level, awesome. If it makes you upset, if you have questions, let me know. I totally want to have a conversation with people about this, and let's just talk. Some people love them, some people hate them, and this is why I hate New Year's resolutions. So if you are just tuning in, guys, we're about halfway through my show. I did my first topic. I'm Megan. I come from the Wellness Umbrella. I'm here live every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. on Just FM. And if you just missed the end of that, it was my chat about why I hate New Year's resolutions. So if you're into that, watch it from the beginning, because we're moving on. So holidays with kids. Who's got a kid? If you have a kid, you probably want to tune into this, because this is my life. There's a few different categories of kid and parent. Okay, so you have your parents, and they have their whole group of life issues and problems and all that stuff. You have your co-parenting parents. They may not be married, but they're doing it together. As in, and then you have your single parents, and that's me. Those single parents are the parents who have zero contact really with their kids other, and they're doing it all on their own. And so I survived my first holiday with a toddler, and it was intense. I kid you not. My kid and I learned something, guys. We are so different, but we are so the same. Okay, so I encourage you parents to really get to know your kid, because the better you get to know your kid, the better you are to understand how they work, how they function, how they like things. So this whole week, it was this mega test of my patience and my will to understand where my kid was coming from. Big concept and a big mental, concept for to learn about a toddler, because their lives are constantly changing. There's so much change going inside of them. So this whole week, I was all about trying to figure out my kid. And at the end of it, I learned that my child is so introvert, and I knew he was an introvert, but he is so introvert that he needs to more so be in an environment where there is only up to 5 people. He has a hard time handling a larger setting than that. And I am an extrovert. So I gather all of my energy from outside. It doesn't matter. I could be in bed at 2 in the morning and a friend could text me being like, hey, the party's raging. I could be like, I'm so tired, but you know what? I'm going to have a great time when I go out because that's where I pull my energy from. It's from the outside world. So saying that, I need to get out of my house. I need that. I need to collect energy to do my life. That's why I'm always moving. I'm always doing something. Um, so that is a huge head-on collision when it comes to an introvert toddler and an extrovert creator, right? Creative. Um, so we had a lot of tears, and it's something that I try to like. I don't talk about very much, but me, I myself, not my just my kid, but I myself, I had a lot of tears. I was so frustrated. I couldn't. The first 3 days, I just could not understand why I couldn't get my kid to want to go outside. Like it was just baffling. And in those moments, those are the first 3 days where I really felt like I gave up my whole entire life for this little shit who could have zero gratitude for anything that I do. And so I was really, really angry with him, which is completely unfair. But now going into it about 2 or 3 days later, I fully realized that he just doesn't do well in large settings as much as I do. And I need to just be okay with just being in the moment with him at home. And I needed to do things to collect my energy off of him. Okay, so that's the big thing. So everyone who's a parent, um, you know, knowing how your kid functions is so important. Okay, if you are like me and where you're the extrovert and your kid is the introvert, you have to learn how to pull their energy off of them and into you so that you can still feel good, right? For extroverts, we get extremely tired and low on ourselves when we feel like we have nothing to do. Um, so that's kind of how it went. And I was so frustrated those first 3 days, and then going into it, I was like, okay, this is it. And so we did things that he enjoyed, that he really, really, really enjoyed, and then I got to pull my energy off of him. I took him to go see a real life train. I took him to an art museum. I took him to the park. I did things that he really enjoyed, so that we could have fun together. But not only that wasn't just the thing that helped me get through. I also got through on really digging deep into a few of my oils, especially the oil balance. I put it onto my heart center. Everybody carries their stress in a different way. I carry my stress in my hips. Some people carry their stress in their shoulders or their heads, so they're constantly getting headaches. I carry a lot of not just my stress in my hips, but heaviness in my heart. So there's a big understanding yourself too is really important. So I understand myself to know enough that my stress and my heaviness are completely different. So after my kid and I would have a major fight, I would feel incredibly heavy right in my heart. Um, and so this is where I really started to work deeper into oils and into natural healing. And I used my oil balance a lot from the Datora line. And I would put it in different spots in my body, really just trying to figure out exactly where this would help me the most. And I found that this oil helped me right in the heart center. And as soon as I rolled it on there, put it on there, took a deep breath, I felt my heaviness disappear, and I felt this deeper longing to understand my child and myself. So that was just super cool to experience, and it's something that I'm still working on. Is now where my good places are on my body that I can touch and feel myself and heal myself. And I think that would be a conversation for next week, is going to be your healing spots on your body so that you can heal yourself and de-stress and de-heavy yourself. So guys, that's it for me today. I really enjoyed coming on here and having this awesome chit chat with you all. Again, if you're just tuning in, we were talking about why I hate New Year's resolutions. And I feel that we should change the idea of knowing right now and letting the world, letting the universe just show you what you need instead of being like, I know, because those are just definite ways to set yourself up for failure. And you don't want to fail. We want to succeed in our life. And the more we fail, the more we feel down on ourselves. So that was that talk. So if you want to check that out, watch it from the beginning. Chatted about how I survived my holidays, moving a little bit more what we're going to work with next week, but basically just putting it out there that we, as parents, we really, really need to work on fully understanding our children so that we can have a calmer, more balanced, and more healthy environment so that you're not freaking out on your children or crying every day or feeling this sense of overwhelmingness 24/7, because that's not healthy. So this video is definitely recorded and I will post it on different places. If you guys have any questions about anything that is said, please let me know. I love having conversations with you guys. So that's it for me today. I'll see you guys all next week, and we'll talk about how to find your hot spots, your good spots, and how to heal by just like the touch of your hands. So have a wonderful day. If you caught anything from today, I would have to say, if you're a parent, get in tune with your kid. Learn your kid, learn their emotions. And if you're going to do any kind of New Year's resolution, just put the bottle of wine down and go drink some water. Start there. Have a great one, guys. Ciao for now.